I guess we could talk about the new donation goal.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Hey, folks, you might notice it's a new month. There's a new donation goal. Shortly before the stream started, I said, what should we make this month's donation goal? Wes said, I'll learn to speedrun the PS1 game of The Grinch. And here we are.
Listen, I was like, oh, it's got to be something. It's going to be December next month, so we got to do something Christmassy. So why not play the video game off of one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies and learn how to do it real fast? So if you guys want to watch me learn how to do that, yeah. I would love to.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer. I'm your host, Zach, joined by our voice actor, Wes.
Hello.
And our actual lawyer, Pringe.
Why won't my bank tell me how many checks come in a box when I go to order more checks?
That's a good point. Why don't they tell
I don't know.
It seems like they're
I don't know. I can order 1 box, 2 boxes, or 4 boxes, but they won't tell me how many checks come in a box.
Sounds like a scam.
So, guess I'm just gonna buy a box and see how that works.
It comes with one check.
Thanks, bank.
In a big box. You just need a booster box with checks. You don't need an entire booster case of checks.
I need a starter pack.
Yeah, just get a starter pack
You
of checks.
You might get a Blue Eyes white check in there. Folks, if you like this show, you can catch it and many more live on twitch.tv/SaveDataTeam. And if you'd like to support us, we'd appreciate it. Head over to patreon.com/SaveDataTeam, where for just $2 a month, you get the full access to the VOD channel of every single stream we do. $5 lets you vote on one of our variety streams, as well as gets a name of your choice included as an NPC in our upcoming D&D campaign, which starts this Thursday. And at the $10 level and above, you get your name included in this Patreon song. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. Burger Bun, Les, Bandicoot Commando, Dave, Halucha, and Sofino, HSM, Wake, Crow Knight, Danny, Antelester, Kevin, Asian, shout out Navi. Shout out to Jacob, Bell, Taco Sensei, Aki, Forensic, Technical, and Mystic Woody. Dessert Boy Man, Elijah Sly, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Naruka Yongi, Chrysanthro, Phil, Written Word, Shay the Punisher, Sevilla. Shout out to Leprechaun, Philo, Go-Go, Zebelly, don't forget Sheberstein, and Real Life Jolie. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. With that all out of the way, let's start playing the video game.
Oh yeah, we're at the Battle of Garadeb.
Oh yeah.
That was the name of the testimony. Oh great, we're like right into it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. I recall the reason now. I held a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out there and got the window open.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say I noticed if 1 or 2 went missing, I'm afraid.
Dog, what?
If that very thing in the victim's back really was one of ours, we'd have a job proving it, I think.
You can't say that.
He literally just told you, fucking prove that I did it. But you can't.
Dog.
It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening.
Although, an entirely one-sided assault, it seems.
The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. Had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures.
That's cute.
To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd have been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield, you're just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment.
Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here?
Marriage, am I right?
fellas.
Well, I must say I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife.
In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end.
Van Zieks may well be right.
That was so passive.
Yeah.
He didn't say this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing? He was like, this could not be anything.
And and to his credit, Ryan was like, yeah, he might be right.
Yeah,
I guess so.
See, Van Zieks, if you treat this with kindness and humility and grace, we will do the same.
Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Very well, counsel. Begin your cross-examination.
God damn.
So, do we have? Do we have the love note in our court record? Because we can immediately jump on his first statement if we do.
We certainly don't, Bridge.
Lame.
We've got the case file, the jackknife.
Lame.
Yeah, nothing we have apart from the Lion's Pride has anything to do with their apartment. I don't think.
Lame. Well, we should still
Try and be like, hey.
still press that because we know what it is, obviously.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's at least something to go to start with.
Wife and I did have can't remember the reason. But it's funny because I can.
I can, nerd.
Found the reason you fought.
The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe.
The reason to start over new, and the reason is you.
Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garadeb.
A rather passionate note, in fact. But Mrs. Garadeb found the note, discovering her husband's little secret.
And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it, too.
What a sordid state of affairs.
She became one slap woman.
Hell on earth.
Van Ziek's genuinely out here like, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Marriage, am I right? I say, when a chap says he can't recall such things, it's common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyway.
Yeah.
Unlikely story.
She still doesn't fucking believe this man. These waters run very deep.
And what transpired next after these multiple blows to the face?
Okay. Soon headed out, got the window open. Picking whatever I could find to throw at him. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything particularly? It could just be a press everything thing.
I mean, yeah, none of the other statements really stuck out to me.
Yeah, I mean, him saying good fucking
yeah, that's
luck
probably
proving it, but...
That's probably the second most important one, because we need that window open for our theory to make sense.
True. Let's try that. Wes, could you push the A key twice for me? Well, you have to push it again.
Okay.
I didn't tell you to push it fast. So you already got speedruns on the brain.
See, listen, I'm just trying to go fast.
I already got speedruns on the brain.
Y'all, Wes is gonna get in the top 3 Grinch PS1 speedruns. No problem.
Easy, come on.
And the excuse me. And the fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it?
The bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine, really. Just so happens there was some bath water around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out.
Question, was that gamer girl bathwater, or...?
A most precarious situation you put yourself in.
Oh, this is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street, where the water main isn't connected yet. I have to draw water from a public water pump during the day if you need any, you see.
The lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although that little moustached Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe. How dreadful.
The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Bottled water? It'll never take off. Yes, he receives a stipend for his studies, you know, from his home country. Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off.
Joan, he rents from you. Do you know what that apartment looks like? He's clearly not very well off.
Yep.
Have you actually seen the state of the man?
I believe he uses all of his income to buy books.
Well, anyway, the point is I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough.
Picking up what
He's
I'm
able to douse the fire in good old English gin.
Wait a minute.
Just made the fire worse.
Even though the room was on fire?
As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw.
That is most certainly not true of a Susato takedown, Mr. Narahodo.
God damn it. How did she know I was thinking that?
When a Susato wants to take down, she does not necessarily have to take down.
So, please cast your mind back and try to remember.
Flashback.
Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day?
In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster. Let me see. Some bread, cabbage, garlic, a towel, and a sponge, a napkin.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yes, and a knife. Oh, shit.
Well, multiple knives to be exact. My own source.
Do you have something to add, sir?
Ooh,
I like
look at
that.
those
I like that
skills.
twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's not even like supporting it. He's like,
Yeah. Mr. Garadeb.
Hey, don't shoot!
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
I beg your pardon.
Setting off this man's PTSD,
I know.
Jesus Christ. Did your wife's remark just now bring something to mind?
Nothing of any significance, no. Just
Which
that
means it's very significant.
Yeah.
Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction is somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall.
Oh my god.
I think she was actually trying to kill this man.
Ouch.
And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every belly.
He doesn't even have a.
I was
He
gonna.
doesn't even have a
She
cup,
poured-
so she just overfilled
I was gonna
his
ask.
pipe.
his pipe.
Oh, he's like shivering. I feel so bad for
He's
him.
terrified.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's the face of a killer right there.
Yeah.
Those are the supple cheeks of a killer.
Good grief, woman! Well, not at home now. This is a court of law.
Oh, dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear.
What's she even doing with the teapot in here? Asking the real questions.
Asking the real questions.
Also,
there it is, okay?
What are the odds that that water is still boiling hot at this point?
Also, damn, Jones gaslighting him right.
Oh,
Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously.
She is gaslighting,
She
girl
is
bossing,
gaslighting
and
him.
gatekeeping.
Man, it's a really unhealthy relationship.
Uh-huh.
Well, take a look at this then. How do you suppose that happened,
Your pipe, sir?
Had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did. Yes. And when I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage.
I see. Your pipe was broken.
It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I managed to bandage the thing up for now.
You are one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
What the fuck, Joan?
Stop gaslighting this man.
I wonder what we should make of this account. I mean, yeah, sure. Add it to the testimony. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find something that we can... The defense believes Mr. Garadeb's remarks just now to be of great significance.
Objection!
Nope.
Well, I don't.
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes, as well as hearts, may be broken. Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal
We got a poet
testimony.
here.
Betray a fiery wife is just a really funny 3 words to me, or 4 words.
Indeed. Common sense, one might say.
Might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir?
Oh, well, I don't see why not.
Oh, dearie me. There you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with a young lady.
Joan!
Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence.
Okay, so pipe fell during the dispute. It broke. Okay, great.
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Noroda. I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh, no.
So I came up with a better one.
Yes? It's fine. Thanks to Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully. Oh, okay, good idea.
Well, thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Garadeb. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter. What can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim?
Let me take a look at that pipe. Because they pretty much told us to do so. Okay, well...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What
How
was
did you
this?
not notice that in your pipe?
Yeah, what? Oh, there's something just twinkled inside the oh, fuck.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Pray, did you recognize this?
It means that the tip of the knife?
I think it is. Something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there.
Yes, I saw it. Something stuck in there, I think.
Let's turn it over and give it a shake. What's this?
It's a tiny fragment of metal. It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
The tip of a blade? Surely it couldn't be. Yeah, well, dude, you're about to be super fucked, dog. Alright, well, I think I know what to do then. We go to the... Can't say if I notice... Yeah, you'd have a hard time proving that that's his our knife.
Okay, show him the knife and this pipe.
Yep. The tip. We're gonna give him just the tip.
Just the tip.
Objection!
That's all we need.
Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please?
You can ask, but I can't see anything.
You can't?
Used to call me Dead-Eyed Deb back in the regiment, of course.
That's
but that
awesome.
was some time
Oh,
ago now.
damn!
That's so cool. What the fuck?
That's actually kind of cool.
Dead-Eye Deb.
Did I did?
Even when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days,
But I must say, his face in that moment looked really funny.
Yeah.
I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q, to be honest.
Oh,
he
it
can't mind,
does.
so he can't mind his P's and Q's.
Dearie me, it's rather wearing being asked about every other letter and every other word.
You... you must be very dizzy.
Wow.
Boo.
Got the jokes here, don't
Let
we?
me see that Dussy, though.
God damn it. Not Dusty.
What is that? A tiny scrap of metal?
Yes, almost certainly from the tip of a blade. And what may appear to first be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence.
Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence?
It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there.
Let me tell you.
I'll tell you.
What precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Counsel? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road?
You didn't need to slap yourself for this.
Yes.
I am.
What?
When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord.
Look at his butt's all burnt.
It's very
You see that?
In
wild.
fact, I didn't realize she had to stand on a box.
Yeah.
Bikini who?
Yeah.
You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well, then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case?
This photograph.
This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there is a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing.
A common issue with the inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets.
Fanzeeks, again, you are too smart to not realize what I'm about
Yeah,
to
you are
fucking
too
do.
smart to not have some idea where this is going.
You should really get a blade like this, like the one I used to kill McGilded. Ah, shit. Got me again.
Got me again.
Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones.
And what of this particular knife?
Are any of you guys figuring it out?
Yeah, come on.
No doubt its tip has suffered a similar fate, now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Nope. No, that's not the case. The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
Oh!
Ah!
Good grief! Lord Van Zee!
I was wondering what his, damage sprite was gonna look like.
I don't believe it. The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match.
Good golly gosh!
Good golly, Miss Molly.
God, it's all up his back. What the fuck, dog? It looks like he shit and then slid in the shit.
That was a fiery shit. He just got done at Popeyes.
Hey, don't talk shit about Popeyes.
Listen, I love Popeyes. It's gonna give you those fiery shits though. You get that
I
spicy
mean, that's a
chicken
more of a
sandwich.
Taco Bell thing.
Yeah.
Order! 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 Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery?
What?
What the hell, Judge?
Yes, burn him, and then declare the
What does
guy
that even
guilty.
mean?
I win.
It's called being smart, you dum-dum.
Hey, listen. At a certain point in time, that was considered sorcery.
This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle.
Or it's just
Miracle.
investigating all the evidence?
Yeah. So, Van Zeek has it figured out, has he? About fucking time.
Counsel, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once.
Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garadeb's pipe?
Something that was clarified for us in the most recent witness testimony.
I had this thing in my hand as usual at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles, she did, yes. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid.
Shit, Joan, you're going to jail, dog.
Oh, dearie me.
During the argument between these two that occurred just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garadeb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garadeb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time.
Which caused the tip to break off, of course.
Good Lord.
Yes, and that is when the tiny tip of the blade found its way inside Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1.
And yet...
Yeah, so it's like everything that's happened in this case so
genuinely,
far.
it's fucking wild. They should just call this the Great Coincidence Attorney, like... Great Ace Attorney Coincidences. And yet there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out the open window. In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garadeb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below.
Oh, God.
It really is the most
Oh,
unlikely set of things to ever happen.
Yeah.
No!
Close to raging on straight impossible.
That's so unlikely I shat my pants.
Again.
Again. I should have worn my brown robe.
A full-bodied theory, I'll give you that. A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument.
Listen, I genuinely can't tell if you're complimenting me or insulting me right now.
A little of both.
Sorry?
A little column A. A little column.
A little bit of Ryan in my life. A little bit of Susato all night long. But after this, it is just a theory. The bottle, I fear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You dropped the ball on that one.
We do that one all the time. I was giving our boy Van Zeek a pass on this one.
Fine, I'm sorry.
Okay, theory.
The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because, you see... Oh, it's spoilt by an insurmountable inconsistency.
An insurmountable... What?
I said inconsistency.
Sorry, it's my second language. What does that word mean? It's very big.
Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified?
The inconsistency is that if he's right, I would lose. And I do not like to lose. Thus, it is inconsistent with how I perceive reality.
An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with the knife planted in the middle of her back.
Yes, in a... Oh!
That's right!
Stop it!
You silly little man!
Now, Joan, old thing, what are you getting so excited for?
Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more.
Oh,
If you're going where I think you're going, Van Zeeks, you are so bad at this.
He's going to say, how could it have hit her in the back if she was walking down the street? And then we're just going to
we're
say, yeah, the book was
she's looking
there.
at the
He
book.
bent down to pick up the book, you numbskull.
Mm-hmm.
The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that struck her had fallen from above, there's no possible way it could have planted itself into the victim's back.
Yeah! Sorry, I'm trying to not yell super loud so I don't freak my dog out.
Order! Order! Quite right. You see, that's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it would have struck her on the top of her head.
Dylan, you're going to jail no matter what.
Well, fuck.
He lost for words, look! I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place.
I don't know what really did happen.
It's not hard.
It would appear the defense has made rather a spectacular blunder.
No, I really haven't.
Mm-mm.
If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. But I'll still post it on YouTube for the views. Your theory, my learned friend, is history.
Man, it is really not.
Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I get that they're
This
like,
is such a lame, like, final got him.
yeah.
No, she bent over.
Yeah. A lot of this case, and I would say my major critique of this game in general, is just that they really draw some of this stuff out, and it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
This feels like Hosonaga bringing us the wrong plate of meat in the first case. It's
exactly.
like adds a whole extra hour to a case that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, no.
Right, as an audience member, I've already figured everything out.
Yeah.
So, forcing me to just draw it out isn't really exciting at this point.
Yeah.
And again, it also feels weird because we have no connection to the victim or anybody really, and the Gyarados aren't particularly likable either. I don't know. There's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Outside of Joan being physically abusive, the characters in this case are very, very funny. But the pacing in this case particular is just dog shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We were so close. I could see the truth. Ryan, you still can. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now, the way has been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency.
Or in other words,
We simply need to eliminate that one inconsistency, and the theory will stand.
Mr. Soto.
You mustn't worry, Mr. Norohodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all, and your mind went blank. But if the path you are on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there.
It seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Objection!
Na boo boo. I'm about to get you. This inconsistency doesn't mean I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test!
So I reach up, I hold up.
Yes! If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way it could have hit her in the middle of the back. Under normal circumstances, that is.
you know he's cocky when he grabs his sword hilt.
Yeah.
What are you implying?
Counsel?
There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife fell from above. That could explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the answer.
Yes, we have for a while.
Goodness!
Utter madness.
No, this is Britain!
I almost said that.
Surely this must be the last time. Counsel,
I'm getting tired.
I hope so too, Judge.
Counsel, present the evidence of which you speak.
This is the last inconsistency, the final piece of the puzzle. If I can successfully make sense of this, the truth will be laid bare at last. The evidence that explains how the falling knife became lodged in the victim's back is...
Yeah, you got it. Right there.
Either holding the hand or it was found in the victim's hand. I assume that's what we're going for, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's one of the two. It's probably either.
Yeah, we have 5 lives.
Yeah.
Take that!
Got it.
This, the 4th book found at the crime scene. This is the final piece of evidence the defense will present.
The burnt book.
Unless you require more, then I guess we can find some more.
Please don't ask us for more, though.
But please don't ask us for any more.
Is that not Mr. Garridet's book?
Yes.
I thought it was my book.
No, what?
We're not doing this again.
I need a nap.
And to understand its significance, we have to consider how it came to be at the crime scene in the first place. The photographic print clearly shows the book in question, and the victim holding it in her hand.
But as we all now know, it was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that.
Because he found it like that.
Yeah, my fucking college is calling me again to ask
Do
for
you,
money.
do you answer on stream?
No, because like we said before, it's just some barely paid kid.
Oh, unpaid. That's gotta be that's some volunteer shit.
They're probably getting some discounts on their
That's fair. You're
tuition.
right. You're
I
right.
hope at
That's
least.
the thing. Next time it happens, you don't have to call them out, but just answer and be like, hey.
Please don't call me ever again.
No, just be like, thanks for calling, but I can't.
Hey, sorry, I got a degree in acting and then became a Twitch streamer. I don't have the money to pay you.
And then he goes like,
While you're here, say hi to the 100 people watching this.
Wait, what if I picked up and then said, Pizza Hut, hello? I did a reverse prank.
Well, yeah, no. What if you picked up and you're like, "Hi, we're calling you to see if you'd like to donate money to your alma mater." He's like,
wait,
"Wait, but that's what I'm trying to do." You're like, "But I called you." He's like, "No,
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty."
In the future, colleges actually have their.
I'm you from the future.
Yeah.
Telling you, drop out of school. It's
my
for
God.
nerds.
But seriously, I hope you're not going into debt for this. It's not worth it. Unless you have a real job lined up. Anyways.
I didn't mean it. Don't drop out of school. It still is for nerds, but you should do it. But nerds are in now. They're cool.
Yeah.
It was the police constable that put the book between her fingers like that.
Quite so, as part of his wholesale transplanting of the crime scene to the opposite side of the road.
Judge, do you want to read that sentence one more time? That's true. However, as part of his testimony, Constable Beat made an extremely enlightening statement on that point. But what made you place that book in the victim's hand?
Oh, well, sir, that's because that's how I found it. When we first ran over to the scene, the victim was already holding the book. So, when I moved everything, I made sure it was still in her hand.
Oh, I want Pat back.
In other words, the victim had already picked the book up of her own volition. And clearly, that must have been before she suffered the knife wound.
Well, I should say so. After being attacked with a knife, I don't imagine she'd have been doing much of anything.
So, the question becomes, Why did the victim have that book in her hand?
By
Excuse me?
Jingo!
Nearsighted Jingo?
By
Yes,
Jingo!
I was thinking that too. Good Banjo-Kazooie reference.
Gah!
Hey, listen, we got Banjo and Kazooie right here.
Yeah, actually.
Gah!
And she's like kind of mean and berates him all the time.
I think I'm beginning to see what may have happened now.
Oh dear.
Oh, now you are?
Yeah, I'm in.
We know that the book fell from the top floor of the Garadeb household onto the pavement below, at precisely the moment that the victim was walking past.
Yes, at exactly that moment, the young woman was walking along the street in the light fog, when all of a sudden, a book fell right in front of her.
The book I threw.
Yes, Mrs. Garadeb. And what do you think the woman did? What would you do if you were walking along and suddenly a book landed in front of you on the pavement?
Well, I'd ignore it, because I'm not a nerd. Well, I really can't imagine it, but I suppose she might have reached down.
Aww,
Cute art.
she's kind of cute.
Aww.
Look at her.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
picked the book up.
Yes, that is exactly what the woman in fact did. She picked up the book.
Oh heavens!
And when the woman reached down to pick the fallen book up, what position would her back have been in? That's right, facing the sky, completely and utterly defenseless. Then, in the very next moment, while the woman was still bent over picking up the book,
Jeez. She was slight. That was like the fucking Sephiroth scene.
She died, but not died.
the next object fell from the room above, the jackknife, straight into the middle of her back. And at that same time, walking by chance directly behind Miss Green, was the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Well, I never.
It appeared to Mr. Natsume that the woman simply collapsed on the floor. In the dark and the fog, he didn't see the knife falling on her from above.
Oh,
And from the other direction, the constable and his wife saw no one but the victim and her apparent attacker.
so there never was a real culprit to run from the scene in the first place.
No, this was nothing more than a series of unlikely events that culminated in an unfortunate accident.
Almost like tripping over a cat and dying from it.
You know what? I should write a book called A Series of Unlikely Events That Culminate in a Series of Unfortunate Accidents.
Lemony Snicket could never. And that is the real truth behind this case.
That is the real truth behind the DL6 incident.
No!
No, this is the TL6 incident. TEA.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Garadeb?
Oh shit, we get their... They reveal their evil sprites.
The very first time you showed me that knife, I had my suspicions.
Now, are you blaming him? Oh, she's talking to Ryan. Okay, sorry.
I wondered if perhaps it might have been something like that.
There won't be.
Poor Mrs. Garadeb.
The cheek jiggle.
Of course, I never meant for anything of the sort to happen, but it was all my fault, wasn't it? I take full responsibility. I let my anger get the better of me. I threw that book. And I threw the knife as well. All right, case closed. Hang her, and let's go home. John, dear.
It's all right. I know.
I'll be lonely with you in jail.
I'm ever so sorry. Truly. I'm sorry!
Is he gonna catch her? Yes!
And now my back is broken.
Oh, you really did shit his
Now
pants.
I really am going to shit my
It
back.
exploded.
Oh,
Damn, I was for a second was like, wait, why is one of the jury members missing? I completely forgot that she started as one of the jury members.
It's absolutely farce of a case.
Yeah.
Lord Van Six, what news of Mrs. Gary Dame?
She's dead.
She's been taken to the infirmary. It would appear that today's events have left her in an especially flustered state. However, I believe she will recover in due course. There is no cause for concern.
She only has a case of the vapors.
As for
She has
Mr.
too many tumors in her blood. We'll give her cocaine.
As for Mr. Garideb, he has an unruly case of dysentery. He's been shitting and farting all day.
Yes, unbeknownst to themselves, they caused what could easily have been a terrible tragedy. They shall have to prepare themselves for the consequences of their actions.
Again, I don't think you can really blame him. This seems more of a her thing.
Yeah, he's probably going. He's completely blameless.
Yeah.
I have no idea what they'd even charge her with.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. I mean...
Involuntary manslaughter?
Not dead,
Well,
Wes.
yeah, she's not dead.
Right.
Involuntary assault?
Reckless endangerment?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That sounds right.
Like,
Well, let me ask you this, because she was trying to hurt her husband and did throw a knife at him.
Yeah, that's assault.
Would you consider that, like if somebody died as a result of that, didn't die, you're right, but wouldn't that still count as something? Attempted murder? I don't know.
Nah, because she wasn't trying to murder.
Yeah, but as Pridge has pointed out several times in bar exam questions,
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter if you didn't mean to kill somebody.
yeah.
Yeah, this genuinely could be a bar exam question.
This definitely could be a bar exam question, yeah.
And Pridge would be able to read it in less than 5 minutes if you took all the shit out of it.
All this shit out of that.
Incredible.
Cops moving crime scenes and
Yeah.
determining a guy's route home from a bookstore.
Yeah.
There is some good news, however, my lord. I have
killed Mr. Natsume.
Justice has been served.
Therefore, I once again am going to consider myself
The
winner.
victor.
What? No.
I have just had word from the hospital where the victim is being treated. Her condition is improving steadily, and the doctor believes she will regain consciousness soon.
I want her to be like, she's awoken and said a Japanese man stabbed her.
So, haha,
Yes,
I win.
this case isn't done yet.
It's strange. We've been talking about the victim all this time, but we've never once met her. Cue Olive.
How wonderful! The woman is out of danger, it seems.
Please let her show up in the court right now.
She rolls
They said
on.
she's going to regain consciousness soon.
Well, I just want her to pop in like
We want her to
Cusco. Poof, I'm back, baby.
Olive! What's her name?
Yes, that is good news.
So, Mr. Seki Natsume.
Do not sue me, bro.
Yes. On behalf of my fellow countrymen, I would like to take this opportunity to beg your pardon, sir. You came from your distant eastern homeland to study our great British culture, and have been repaid with immeasurable unkindness. Please accept our heartfelt apologies.
No, I'm going to write so many books about how much you suck.
No, It is me who should be begging your pardon.
What?
That's not true, bro.
Oh, no, Mr. Natsume.
That evening, when the young woman just collapsed on the pavement before my eyes, I jumped to the wrong conclusion again in my confusion. What confusion conclusions, sir? I was sure that the woman was dead.
Yes,
Yeah, so was the cop.
Yeah.
Constable Bede said the same thing, didn't he? He thought she had been killed too.
I suppose she must have looked completely lifeless.
It's been about a year since I arrived in Great Britain now, but I still can't get used to life here. I can't relax. I'm sure there are evil spirits lurking in the fog, like they're haunting me.
Nobody seasons their food properly. It's all vinegar. What's your
You use tridents to eat your food?
You put beans on bread.
Who are you people?
Paul Soseki, you fry your fish! Paul Soseki-san, his imagination has really got the better of him.
Yes, poor man.
So when it happened, I thought that the young woman had been taken by the fog spirit. I should never have dropped my books like that and run away. I should have called for help, for a doctor, for the police. Instead, I've managed to create a rift in the relationship of trust between our two empires. And for that, I am truly sorry.
Nah, you didn't do anything, dude.
Well, when you put
No,
it like
I would
that,
have hated your little country
guilty.
no matter what.
One could indeed say that some sort of mischievous spirit has been at work here, I think. One that created a chain of unfortunate mishaps. You were befooled by this spirit and led to false conclusions. But thanks to Lord Van Zeeks and no one else.
What?
And our young
He
lawyer.
did nothing to help the situation.
And our young lawyer here from the East. That chain has now been broken and the spirit exorcised. That's one swole spirit. I heartily commend you both.
Oh!
Now then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Yes, my lord.
in concluding this trial, I must ask one last time for your decisions regarding the defendant's culpability. Are you ready to present your findings to the court?
As the foreman of this jury, I can assure you we've reached a fair and just conclusion.
Guilty because of racism.
I do declare the truth can be
Done and
extremely
dusted.
cruel at times.
Well, I didn't suspect the woman next to me, that's for sure.
Wait, what?
Sitting in for the old bean while she's out of action, you know, but I know what her decision will be.
She doesn't want to be guilty, so...
So I'm going to say not guilty.
Does this mean I'm finally able to get out of here and start work? Well, it's about time.
It's gotta be like late into the afternoon at this point, surely.
Listen, we've been here for several weeks, so
I say, I'll have a corker of a story to tell the grandchildren when I get home, won't I?
wait, is that my great grandfather?
Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I hereby demand your final decisions. Mr. Foreman!
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Oh, his really decrepit voice.
He sounds too much like the judge because we've
Yeah.
heard the judge's voice and they sound too similar to me.
They're probably the same person.
Very well, Mr. Soseki Natsume. I hereby pronounce you man and wife. You
Wait,
may
Judge?
kiss the bride.
Judge, wrong thing.
What? Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes. Did we make the joke
The
about
fireworks
the
we
Great London
fire
Fire?
inside
Yeah,
of a
yeah, we
building.
did.
Every time.
Great.
We can't help ourselves.
Incredible.
And finally, Mr. Natsume. Oh, yes, Lord, sir. You are now a free man once more. It is my hope that you will continue to further your education in British culture.
Enjoy all the racism our culture
Yes,
has to
To
offer.
honor, and may you never again be brought before me. Oh, yes, sir. Of course. On my life. I swear I'll never set foot in a courtroom again. I'm transported to tears. Thank you, consuls. Court is adjourned.
That's a week after, no, 6 days after my birthday.
Oh, Locum.
Okay, I do have a name. I do have a name. I appreciate that you shortened it instead of the whole big thing, but just call me Ryan.
Just call me Highcom.
Wait, you mean me?
Of course. Is there another Locum here?
Is there even one?
Compared to the original locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire featuring Dante from Devil May Cry, your name has become rather short, hasn't
And
it?
Knuckles.
And Knuckles. Game of the Year edition.
Without winning Game of the Year from anyone.
What's wrong with using my actual name?
Oh, at last!
Oh, it's a second.
Oh, at last! I'm free! I'm free! Joyful, joyous, jubilant jubilation! Heady, hearty happiness, hurrah!
Oh, I am pleased. Mr. Natsume is delighted.
Would it be so hard to just say that then?
Locum, you did it! You saved me from the brink!
What are you doing? What happened to that, well, what happened to that poor woman was in no way your fault after all. I'm just glad everyone can say that now.
No, not that! Lovely, loyal Locum lawyer!
Yes?
I mean, as I said before, I've just never got used to life here in Great Britain. Every time I look over my shoulder, I see foreigners. I see towering brick buildings. And from high up windows, I see them looking down on me, laughing. Look at that little hunchback.
Oh dear. I'm sure it's all in your head, Mr. Natsume.
But today, you, Locum lawyer, gave my gloom the boot. You stood firm behind the baronial bench before all those babbling British. You battled to the bitter end, laying bare the baffling truth. And when I beheld the blinding fireworks among the beams of the Bailey's roof, I bellowed, "Behold the best barrister ever born!"
That was an incredible bit of alliteration.
That was pretty good.
Well, that's
When's not to be dropping that first track?
Yeah.
That mixtape will be fire.
Well, that's very flattering, and we're very pleased for you.
This has given me a wonderful anecdote to recount to my old friends back in Japan.
And an anecdote? Is that what's to become of all my hard work?
Ah, there you are, my dear fellows.
Oh.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. I rose late this morning.
Wait, was he coming to help out in the case?
Yes. He told us that he would be there with us.
Oh my god. This fucking asshole.
For everything.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, what a pleasure to see you.
I see I'm here not a moment too soon. Disaster has been averted, I'm glad to say.
Oh,
The trial shall begin presently, Mr. Naruhodo,
Nope.
and I wish you the very best of luck.
So close.
It's just finished.
What?
No, then my haste was in vain. Ah, it's you, Herr Loxholmes.
Oh? Have we met, sir?
God damn it.
This is Mr. Natsume, the man you arrested, Mr. Scholes?
I see. I failed to recognize you at first. Our previous encounters have taken place in the gloom, either of your bleak lodgings or that prison cell. I simply couldn't place that curious face in the light.
Charming.
This is all your fault, Herr Loxholmes. You're the reason I had to go through this terrible ordeal. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind.
My apologies, sir, but I assure you, I have placed you now. You're the fellow who abandoned that poor young lady and ran off, are you not? Had she been taken to the hospital more urgently, I feel perhaps she would have regained consciousness by now.
Damn, Sholmes.
Oh,
But it was unavoidable, I'm sure. We are but human, after all. Anyone would have been shaken by such an experience.
That man just held a dab for like 10 minutes there. Just want to
do
make sure we're aware
feel
of that.
very badly about how I behaved.
Well, never mind. Now then, what was it that you wanted to say to me, sir?
Well, now I feel stupid. Nothing.
Oh, by the way, I just heard from the hospital. She actually died because they didn't get there in time.
Priceless! Oh, I am sorry, really, but
What a fucker.
that was quite priceless.
Poor Soseki-san.
Still, on the bright side, you've had an extremely entertaining experience without paying a penny. And it would seem you were not even found guilty.
But there is no bright side. I'm not Mr. Brightside.
I was to say, but you are coming out of your cage and now you're feeling just fine.
Listen, it was only a kiss.
How did it end up like this?
I've got to be down because I want it all.
God damn it. I love us.
I love Mr. Brightside.
Such a
great
banger.
song.
Such a banger.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Natsume?
Even after this, I'm still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper.
Ah, Lord Van Zeeks.
As he's just like hiding behind like the curtains over there with a knife.
Pokes his head out like, I'm going to get...
Like a dick dastardly.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, Mugsley.
I will kill you, Mr. Natsume.
Now I just want to see Van Zeeks as Dick Dastardly and fucking Gregson as Mugsley.
That's a good, yeah, I like that.
I haven't forgotten, you know, what facing that man in court means. Even if you're found not guilty, you're still doomed.
It will all be all right, Mr. Natsume.
Huh?
If the Reaper appears trying to make trouble, I will protect you. Hiya!
Oh, come on.
With a perfectly executed Susato takedown.
Him turning was really good. Much as I like being turned on my head, a bit of warning might be nice next time, Miss Susato. Ow, my back.
My neck, my back, my dussy, and my crack.
Okay, that was good. So, Mr. Natsume, what do you intend to do now? You mentioned something about recounting your experiences to your friends back in Japan.
Yes, I intend to return to my homeland soon.
Oh,
It has already been a year since I arrived here in Great Britain. I visited universities, libraries, bookshops. I've been honored with the tutelage of professors. I've learned so much about the wealth of literature here and the city it has shaped. And I've come to realize that it is my calling to sail home and tell my fellow countrymen about it.
You stay as far away from this place as possible.
That's very touching, Mr. Natsume.
Or, in perhaps less veiled terms, you wish to withdraw halfway around the world, escape the terror of the Reaper's curse.
That's not it at all!
The more I learn of literature, the more this strange feeling claws at my insides. I feel compelled to return to my roots and attempt to pen a work of my own.
Oh, I see. A work of literature by Soseki-san. Could be an interesting read.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Like, was this guy already not a writer at this point?
No, not at this point.
Oh, okay.
He's a student.
Yeah, this is him before he started writing his popular
He's
books.
a literature student, so I mean, he's probably written some stuff with like
Okay.
but
Yeah.
And what about Mr. Sato and yourself, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sorry, what about us?
Van Zish will probably try and kill you too.
You should run.
Will you return to Japan alongside your mustached compatriot?
Why would we?
A week has not yet passed since we arrived in London. And only now does it feel as though we have finally found our feet.
And you are accommodated in a hotel at present, are you not?
That's right. But we need to find lodgings before it bankrupts us.
I've calculated we can only afford another 10 nights before our entire budget is exhausted.
Well then, you could take my lodgings.
No, I'd rather go bankrupt. Oh, the windowless room.
Gee, Mr. Naruhodo, this wouldn't be an issue if you'd accepted those 10,000 guinea pigs.
You're right.
We could just make a guinea pig house, and it'd be warm and fuzzy.
But what it lacks in windows, it more than makes up for with the floor and ceiling and walls.
What it lacks in windows.
That's really good.
And ghosts.
Great.
And of course, I'd be happy to leave behind the accursed evil spirit.
Oh my, an evil spirit?
Oh yes, it tries to suffocate you while you sleep. It's an infallible wake-up call.
You're really selling me on it. We'll think about it, if that's all right.
Perhaps I can offer a more welcome alternative? Would you consider taking lodgings with me?
Really?
Susato, act cool.
Cool, Susato.
Well, a vacancy has conveniently presented itself. Though it is up in the attic, I might add.
Are you sure it isn't just a storage loft?
No. What? Ryan, what do you say?
I spoke with the landlady this very morning on the matter of price, and Iris is cleaning the room as we speak. You must come at once. I presume you have no luggage to speak of?
Oh, this is simply wonderful! What an honor to be invited to take lodgings in the Great Detective's office, Zizadic!
That's really good.
I'm too overcome for words.
So, suggesting we look elsewhere is out then.
Then it's settled. Iris will prepare a welcome dinner this evening. And you must come too, Mr. Natsume. I insist.
I don't know what to say, but thank you, and yes.
Wonderful! Then I'll go and complete the paperwork for your formal release, Mr. Natsume. It shan't take long.
Somebody's happy.
Tee-hee.
Locum.
Not my name.
Please just call me Ryan.
I knew that something...
What did he say?
I knew that you wouldn't let me down. I'm truly delighted to have met you here in London.
Likewise, Mr. Natsume. It's been a privilege meeting you too. It's a shame that we're going to have to say goodbye so soon.
Well, I've come to realize that I belong in Japan. But Locum, we'll meet again one day.
Yes, I'm sure. And hopefully by then...
He's not going to be in Ace Attorney 2.
Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful lawyer.
Hopefully by then, I'll be a successful author.
And hopefully by then, I'll be a successful detective.
Wait a minute.
Hopefully by then I'll be on more drugs.
Well, my dear fellow, our carriage appears to have arrived. Shall we go, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes, Mr. Sholmes.
I've little doubt Mr. Natsume will be released in time for dinner this evening.
And so, with Shoseki-san's innocence successfully established, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to what was to become our new home, 221B Baker Street. Or
Yeah.
do they say 221B or 20?
I usually hear it pronounced 221B.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a decent attic.
Yeah.
Boo doo doo boo doo boo doo.
Beneath the Mask starts playing.
So this...
Is to be our new office, yes.
Our office. I rather like the sound of that. We'll call it Wright & Co. Law Offices.
But
Don't
spelled
know where that name came
R-I-G-H-T.
from.
Yeah.
Me too. It's simply wonderful, isn't it?
I hope you can see this, Cosimo.
Oh.
It's only a small step. I'd like to think we're getting a little closer to your dream now.
So, my dear fellows, do you like the place? Oh, damn, we get to see
The vest
jacket.
look is good.
Coatless.
Uh-huh.
Ah, Mr. Sholmes. Yes, thank you so much.
It's a delightful room, Mr. Sholmes. I simply adore it.
Good, I'm pleased to hear it. Iris and I are delighted to welcome you.
Aw.
I hope everyone's hungry. It's nearly time for dinner. We'll eat as soon as Mr. Natsume arrives. We have a lot to celebrate.
Iris, you must let me help you.
Alright then, Susie. You can be in charge of the salad.
With the
requires
salad
this
gun.
gun.
Do you like my new patent pending salad gun? Splendid.
With all new kitchen gun! So, Mr. Naruhodo, how does it feel to have your own office in the capital?
It's very exciting, actually. I can't help wondering what adventures await us.
Those were precisely my sentiments when I first established my office at these premises. Until I discovered the dark truth about the city of London, that is.
Sorry.
London is a glorious place, full of wonder, opportunity, prosperity, and mirth. But the brightest of lights casts the darkest of shadows.
Shadows? What do you mean?
Well, I believe you're well aware of the murkiness that lies behind London's facade already.
You can just call it racism.
So, once again, Mr. Naruhodo, welcome to London.
And now look at your hands. Son of a bitch! He got me again!
Stop doing that!
Of course, at the time, I had no idea the significance of those words Mr. Sholmes so casually spoke. But it wasn't long before my turn came. To lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk that lay behind it.
It was really gross. And
Awkward Waffle said, is this the
Fiend.
beginning of Sweeney Todd? I was thinking the exact same thing.
Wow.
It's literally the opening song of Sweeney Todd.
Honestly, frickin' 'cause there's no place like London.
Because there's no place like London.
Yeah. There you go. Frickin' in that case, Herlock. Oh, yeah, he was wearing his vest.
Yeah.
Herlock looks just like Sweeney Todd. There you go.
Oh, get out of that attic, Ryan.